Hey guys, welcome. How are you doing? Quick mic check. Morning everyone. John, Matthew, Newfie, Trader. Glad to be with you. We'll get started just in a minute. We'll start at the top of the hour, so make sure you grab a cup of coffee or something, and we'll start just in 1 minute. Okay. How you been? How's trading? Let me know. Hey Paul, how you doing? How are you, man? Okay, we'll start just in a minute. At the top of the hour, we'll start. I'll show you some things going on. Okay, I think we're good to go. Yeah, let's start now. People will join. Guys, welcome to the trading room. My name is Saul. Glad to be with you. Before we get started, remember what I'm going to show you. It's only the way I trade the markets, and I read charts, and I manage trades, and the reason behind my thinking and my viewing of the markets. This doesn't mean it's the only way to do it or the way you should do it. It's not by any means. It's not a buy or sell signal. Anything I'm going to say here or show here. I just want to show you some principles and risk management techniques that you can apply on your own situations. Okay, just be responsible for your own trading. With that being said, let's jump into the charts. Let me share that. Okay, and I want to show you, for those who have been following the past weeks, I'm showing my full journey on my Freestyle account. Okay, I open a Freestyle account the way you can guys do it, and I'm showing all my setups and all my trades. And what's important is the fact that I'm taking long-term setups. Okay, so most of my training's been done on the daily charts for the Freestyle account. If I'm looking for short-term opportunities or scalping or lower time frames, I'm taking a few on my Freestyle account, but most of them I do on other accounts. Okay, so if I don't see any opportunity to take in front of you on the Freestyle accounts, I'll jump into another account and we'll do some training together. And the reason I do that is I need to be very selective with the trades I'm taking on the Freestyle account. You know, it's limited to 100 trades, so I want to make sure those are good trades that have good potential and risk reward potential. So that's what I'm doing. I'll show you 2 trades that are on right now, and then I'll jump to my dashboard and I'll show you the progress of the account and how my factors are looking. But I'll show you. I'll explain you why I'm in these two trades. So the first one is Kiwi USD. I took short. I took a long a few days ago. Okay, I'm holding these setups. These are my long-term setups, so I'm holding them for longer period of times. And I'll tell you the reasoning. We have a very strong bearish bias and momentum, at least on the short time frame or the short window of time. But as we zoom out a little bit, we can see we are approaching all these area of interest. Okay, this demand area. So the top top part of the demand of this mid-range demand is a little bit below. Okay, it's right at those tails. Okay, right. Okay, you can see how that aligns. Those tails, they meet demand here, and they react to that. So that's what I was starting to scale into a position. I wasn't expecting this reaction to happen that early. So that's why I took a relatively small position. It was a half a lot position, and I was expecting the price to go deeper into the demand zone, and then I would have the opportunity to add into that position. The fact is, the reaction came in, okay, after that on the dailies, after that candle, I got even more confirmation that this will go up. Now this is kind of a scalp on the daily charts, okay, because I expect a lot of pressure to the downside. I don't expect this to continue sharply to the upside. So you know, a good take profit area would be probably here, just before all this, you know, supply area. So around now and those limits there, maybe I have 40 more pips to go, but as you can see, we are slowing in momentum. We're slowing down. So we had two very bullish you know, reversal candles right here, and then yesterday it was a bullish day, and today it's like slowing down. So what I actually expect for this market is to reverse. Okay, I think we are going to test the lows. We can potentially break those lows, and even if we're not going to test the lows or break, I think we're going to see something like that. Okay, so something like that. So those are the scenarios. So my next trade needs to be a sell trade on the dailies. I will soon take profits on this one, on this open position, and I will start switching into the selling side, and I will be building sell orders all around the supply area, trying to catch this movement. So this movement might occur here, might occur a bit higher, and then I don't know how deep it's going to be. It might be a retest of the lows, or it might be only a pullback towards what would be potentially a new leg to the upside. Okay, but I'll try to catch the next movement to the downside. So I'll be probably today, depends on how we form price action for today. If there's a little bit of more bullish momentum, I will sell. I will close the trade, and I'll start building into short positions. That's for the Kiwi dollar. And let me just go to the comments to see if they're that's for Kiwi dollar, but that's the reason you see a buy position. Okay, but my next trade now needs to be, okay, a selling position. And the other trade I have open is a similar setup, only on silver. Let me zoom out a little bit. So we have similar price action. We have the run to the ups. Okay, let me just. Okay, we have the run to the downside. Now we're pulling back, and I expect a next movement down. Now, where's that movement happening? I have no idea. We're right now kind of in a resistance. This was also the breaking of that all support. So we're now testing that, and that's one of my favorite setups. All time frames, all assets tradable. Okay, I always look for breaking areas, and then the retest of those areas to continue in the same direction. One of my favorite setups. So we have this run down. Now we're testing that breaking area, and now and yesterday we kind of reacted already to that. Okay, to that resistance. Okay, with that formation. So I'm anticipating a movement to the downside. So that's why I took a short. Okay, I took a short right there. the truth is this can go even higher, okay, to the supply area, okay, which is around there. Okay, you can see the supply, the beginning of this pull of this leg lower. So this might go all the way to that area before turning around to the downside. So if this goes to the upside, I will close the trade for a little loss, and then I will wait for price action to approach and the price to approach that supply area, and then I will try to short again. Okay, that's my setup. I'm looking for kind of the same thing on both pairs, which is a movement to the downside, and then the target to the low side might be a retest of the lows, or it might only be what I just explained, might be just a little pullback in order to initiate a leg to the upside. So my safe target would be there, okay, before the demand area, and the scalping target will be a test of the lows, okay, the bottom part of the demand area, and that's what I'm trying to catch. So I'll see how this behaves, and I'll start building into a short position. So I just started relatively small, and I'll start building into the. Let me show you how's this account going. Okay, as you see, it's you all know Freestyle accounts are 50k accounts, so we're currently about 5% up, which is not bad. Okay, this is I was just checking. I was checking also the news. I didn't see anything important. Let me see. Okay, so what am I sharing right now? Okay, so this is the dashboard. Okay, for this account. Okay, this is it. We blur this for we blur this for videos purposes, but this is the same account. So I'm 42 trades on, and you saw I have 2 running, so that's my 43 and 44 trades out of the 100. My performance factor is quite high, it's 5, just because I've been keeping my drawdown relatively small. Okay, I'm keeping my drawdown below the 1%, so I just need to make sure I don't go above that drawdown, and then all the profits I make they are counted as good performance factor. Okay, I'm making much more money than the risk I'm taking. So in terms of performance factor, I think I'm good. I don't see this. I don't see any reason why this should reverse and go below 2 in order to to achieve the objectives. And regarding the winning factor, then I need to I'm half the way there, so I need to make another good trades. But I think I'm fine. I mean, I have more than 50 trades to go, and I just need 16 more to be counted as not break-even trades, and that'll be it. Okay, and I will meet the parameters. Now you can see I started this account, okay, more than 1 month ago. So I'm not rushing. I'm taking my long-term setups, and I'm not very concerned about being rushed for this account. And of course, in other accounts, I go and I do my short-term trading and my scalping and my income trading. So I'm happy with the performance of this account. I'll just keep trading it, and that's it. Now let's go back to the trading platform. See the chat if there's anything. Brian, no, what you see here, this I always use this as points. Okay, if you go to profits, I always use it as points. I'm not concerned about the profit. I'm always looking at my pips. Okay, the pips I make per trade. So this is not $900. Okay, this is 88 pips in profit. Okay, That's the reason. And this is 5 pips in the loss currently. Okay, the silver one. Okay, I've already scaled out most of the Kiwi position. I started it heavier, and I've been taking partial profits. So now it's a relatively small position. Okay, now let's continue. I think I'll go to another account, and we'll look for short-term opportunities, just because I want to be more selective on my long-term setups on this account. Okay, so let's just scan the market a little bit, and we'll go to a different account, and we'll start trading. Let me just switch quickly accounts. Okay, now okay, I'll focus on the dollar. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm looking at. So we had this sideways movement, okay, this range on the dollar on the hourly chart, and we broke down. And then I told you I'm always looking for the retest and the continuation lower. So we approach in this is called a compression. Okay, this channel, I like when price approaches key levels in this channel way, but then suddenly it started picking up momentum. Okay, you can see how the difference between this choppy movement, okay, this channel right here, okay, and how price is just testing all supply, all demand. Okay, this is called compression or a channel. And if that would have continued all the way to this supply area, okay, I hope you see it, the breaking area creates a real supply area, that's a clear sell. But then before that happened, we have a change in price behavior. I don't know if there was news or something, but instead of price continuing compressing towards the resistance area or this supply area, it suddenly picked up momentum. So it tested the supply. Okay, you can see, okay, tested, there was a reaction, but there's a lot of buyers behind it. Okay, so we have the continuation higher. So now suddenly the at least the short-term bias changes from neutral, okay, bias. If it was all short, okay, bearish, the fact that there was an increase in momentum to the upside, it gives us opportunities to go both long or short. We have upside short-term momentum, but of course we maintain the long-term bearish bias. Okay, so it's kind of neutral right now. So I'll clean that now, and we'll go to lower time frames and we'll look for trading opportunities. Okay, now if we go to the, okay, now we're interested in that area. Okay, and now we're in the middle of the impulse. Okay, so it's not a great area to go either way, but let's see how that looks on the 5-minute chart. And we'll identify some key levels. So we have the this resistance here, and we have a little bit of supply right there. And of course, we're forming also higher lows. So let me go ahead and start bringing a little position. Okay, we have that little support there. Okay, let me. And this is a netting account, so I need to make sure I allocate my size properly. Okay, so now I want to let that run a little bit, and I want price to approach this next area, and I'll build my second position right there. Okay, around that area. I prefer to do this kind of scaling in technique in a hedging account than a netting account, but it's good to practice also this on a netting account. So I'm expecting a reaction to this demand area. If it goes and breaks it, without any reaction to the upside, I will need to look for ways of fixing that trade, okay, that entry, and then we'll have a second opportunity for buying around that area. And if we break those levels, that will be it. Okay, I need to stop building on the buying side, and I need to switch to the low side. Of course, there will be probably, and again, depending on how price forms, okay, there will be this last demand on the 1 minute chart. So that might be the last long position I built. But at this point, my bias turns to the bearish side. Okay, so I'll keep my bullish bias as long as we stay above this one, and depends on how we get there, I will see if I build long positions or sell positions. Meantime, this is kind of overextended. Okay, so at some point I'm expecting a movement into the upside. Okay, and that's the movement I wanna try to catch. Okay, now I need to be mindful that there will be a little bit of resistance there. So that's a good scalping target. Okay, if I want to try to swing, and we'll see if there's a continuation to the upside. But if you feel like you're heavy, okay, and you want to size out of the position, you can start taking some profits into the account. Okay, just in case this reacts to the resistance and continues lower, so you don't get overexposed to the market, okay, to the oversized. Okay, so that's right there. That's the scalping target. Okay, because I don't know if we're going to break this resistance. If we do, then that's why I'm leaving, okay, some of the position there. Okay, let's see if we can have some continuation to the upside. And now for this setup, this specific setup, there's no point on holding this more than these lows. Okay, if I'm already in profit, I don't want to see this turning into a losing position. Okay, so my stop loss will be there. And let's go to the 5-minute chart. Let's see if something has changed. Okay, so we're continuing in that ascending triangle. Okay, we're pressing to that resistance. I'm not sure we're going to break it, but we can. Let's do this. Let's sell 2 more. Okay, so I'm peeling out. I'll leave only 2 in case we do break. But if you've been following me, you know I'm not a fan of breakouts. Okay, most of them they just fail. So I prefer just to take the money, take the profits, and move into the next setup. Okay, now that was a nice example of a supply and demand trade on the 1 minute chart. Okay, which is similarly to what I'm looking on the daily charts or whatever chart you use. But you can apply that on all time frames. Okay. Okay, now I want to clean everything and I will show you something. Now I need to be mindful that this movement up has created a little demand. Okay, so a pullback towards that demand and a continuation higher is probable. Okay, so regardless of my entry price, I need to be ready and prepared for the market to retest, okay, this area before continuing higher, if it's going to continue higher. So that's why I don't want to be trailing my stop too quickly. Okay, I need to leave my stop there because I need to let price, go down and then continue high. So if I trail my stop to be kind of risk-free, okay, break even, which is what a lot of traders do, they don't allow the market to behave normally. Okay, they don't give the market enough space in order to retest those accumulation areas and then continue to in their direction. Okay, they're too rush to be risk-free of the market, but they actually harm their statistics. Okay. Matthew, my promise, I more that I want to trade from the point I sit to my desk, otherwise I feel not productive, and obviously opportunities do not appear every 5 minutes on the 15-minute chart. Matthew, I understand what you say. I also have two answers for you. First, the fact that a lot in trading is really doing nothing. Okay, waiting for price to approach to those key levels or key areas. You need to be active, and the rest of the time doing nothing. A lot of time trying to be active when you shouldn't. It just damages your performance. Okay, you really need to be mindful of that. The second one, if you want to be active, then go to the 1 minute chart or even to the tick charts. Okay, trade based of tick charts is something I have done in the past, but you need to know that it will require a lot of screen time, so it's all a matter of what you're looking, what you want to accomplish. Where would be take profit? So I don't have a clear area for take profit. Okay, my take profit area was there. Okay, the resistance that was for the scalping, probably these highs over there are a good take profit area. But I just want to see if the pattern or on the 5-minute chart, okay, because you see we are pressing, okay, we're forming these higher lows. So I want to see if we can create some pressure on the resistance area, and then we can break to the upside. Now, given the fact that all the bias is to the downside, maybe that won't happen, and the best thing to do would be to take profits. I just want to see if we can retest the resistance for an extra time, for another time. We might see an attempt to break. I want to see just if it happens or not. Okay, take profit. My stop loss to break even. I would be out of it. I would be out of the trade. But I told you we need to give the market that space to react to the area and then move, okay, and then continue in the direction if it's going to do it. Okay, so let's see if it works out, and if not, I might take a little loss. But I've made money already on the trade. Okay, you can see. Okay, and that's the reaction. That's what I'm saying. Let's see if there's follow through. If I've trailed my stop loss to a risk-free position, I'll be out of the trade already. Okay, now let's see if this reacts to the demand area being created and continues higher, or if it's going to go down. Now, at this time, since we have already tested the demand area, if I move my stop loss to a break-even position, makes sense to do it, because now it will be a second time that we test the demand area, and now if it hasn't hold, if it's not holding, then there's more probability of this simply going through the demand area, okay, all the way to the loss. So now there's an argument for trailing my stop, okay, but before I needed to give chance for the market to retest that area and potentially continuing higher. Okay, I think that would be the lesson for today. I hear many traders just struggling. John training is like flying small airplanes, hours of boredom separated by moments of terror. Yeah, and little lights of joy here and there when you take profit and there's a good trade, a little bit of flight. I feel like it's hard to trade a lower time frame with a 10x leverage. It's just a matter of sizing. You know, the 10 leverage or 1 to 100 leverage is just sizing your position. It should be the same process, okay? You should be following a process, and it will should be the same. Juan Carlos, ¿cómo estás? Hi there. Depends on what you're targeting as you take profit. Yes, but I know trade on the do something else at the same time, because it's hard to focus on something else when it might cause you to miss the future or to miss your exit. Okay, look at what nice real-time representation of price behavior. Okay, we anticipated the movement. This is I'm always amazed by how this forms. I think understanding supply and demand, relationship between supply and demand, it's a great skill to do, guys. And of course, one of the skills, because on backtesting and analyzing, everything is simple. Okay, you have a 99% success rate, but on real time, being able to manage those trades and being able to wait for the setups and to take advantage of those, that's a whole different skill. Okay, now, I always mention this, that new candles, new formations make us wiser. Okay, so I like this formation. I'm very, very focused on what's price telling me? Okay, we had the reaction to the downside, and now the bulls came in. Okay, we formed, this candle is potentially forming a new demand area, okay, buying area. So I like the fact that the bulls took over, okay, that candle. Let's see if we have the strength to push it to the highs, and let's see if we can have a test of the highs. And if we do have a test of the highs, then we'll see if we can have a break. And if not, okay, this is also new information. Sellers are fighting back. If you don't feel comfortable, if something changes on your setup, it's always fine to take profits. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, and then you can just move on to a new setup. Okay, I'll take one more. Juan Carlos, thank you for the words. Okay, gracias. Rick, you gotta treat it like a business, not like a dopamine enhancer. I used to do the same before, but I agree with Rick. Or maybe you can have like two accounts. You can have like your gaming account where you're very, very active and you meet your needs of being active in the market, but that's probably a very, very small account, or even a demo account. And then you have your business, your business account, okay, your serious account. Unless you're not seeing this as a long-term journey, okay, or something like that. But I take trading very, very serious, because for me it's an important source of income. Okay, so I don't want to be messing around with it. Raymond, the commission is high at the 5ers. I think it's very standard. It's $4 for a full lot. That's where our LPs charges. There's the breach and the LPs, so they all take the commissions. We don't have a lot of negotiation to do there. But I guess $4, and we have good spreads, I guess. Let's see those. And right now they're a bit high. I don't know. Where's your USD? But $4 per lot, I guess, is quite standard. Okay, let's see if we can have an extra test to the low sides. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Let's see if something has changed. Okay, the setup is the same. Okay, this is my setup chart. Remember, my first analysis, I made it here. Okay, so I went from dailies to the hourlies, and then to the 5-minute chart. So this is my setup chart. Okay, and let's see if we can. Okay, we're forming these higher lows. So meaning buyers are willing to buy euro at a higher price each time, and we're pressing towards that resistance. Used to be a support back here. So let's see if we can break those. And if we break, I need to take profit before the next key area, which is this supply. Okay, this supply, we haven't tested that, but this supply here is what caused this down movement. So if we break that resistance, there will be a reaction around that supply area. So I want to be out before that happens, if that makes sense. Because placing my take profit there, it's nice. Okay, that would give me a 30-to-1 risk reward ratio. That's great for paper trading, but in reality I will be asking the market to make this breakout, to break the supply area, and all the supply there. Okay, and so there's a lot of barriers to cross before my take profit. So I just want to have a achievable take profit, which the easiest would be, okay, the easiest was down here. We already took profits there, and the next would be around that area. Okay, around from where it's now to that area. I just want to, since I've already scaled out most of my position, I'm fine just giving it a try to see if we can break that area. I like the volatility. I like the nice volatility in the market. So let's just see this. Okay, this last trade, it was a total of half a lot. Okay, six mini lots. I've already produced $16, and I've already scaled out 5, so I'm only 1 left. Okay, so that would be a, if I take profit now, would be a $20 trade, which even if it sounds little, and I agree for the account size, you need to stop focusing on that, and you need to start focusing on a process. Okay, on the process, and then you just do same thing with larger lot size, and then you get to to the 4% mensually, or the 5% return a month, or whatever you're aiming for. But just I'm trying to show you a process that I follow every time I sit in front of the charts and I try to produce an income from them. Yeah, Raymond, I'm also a scalper, and I have no problem with commissions. I have accounts with brokerage accounts. Some of them have less commissions but larger spreads. But the overall cost of the trade, I think, is quite fair, and at least for me, has been enough for my scalping. Okay, and now look at that. This trade, okay, it's 6 pips up. Okay, so we also need to remember what's realistic from the market to produce for us on a single trade. So on a 1 minute chart trade on the Euro USD, when most of your cycles, okay, they move 10 pips. You can see here, okay, from point to point they move around 10 pips. So expecting suddenly a trade to give you, I don't know, 20 or 30 pips, that's asking the market to give you 3 times the average movement from pivot point to pivot point. So this is quite good. Okay, this is quite good for taking profit. It's most of the range. Okay, the whole range would be around 9 pips, which would be taken from the very bottom of the range to the very top of the range, which not always we're not always capable of doing that. But getting 6 pips on a trade on the 1 minute chart is, do that every time, you'll make tons of money, guys. So Brian, my scalping, what you see me doing right now, what I just show you I did now, I mainly do on the Euro USD during during New York session. That's what I usually do. If there's no volatility on Euro USD for some reason, then I might look for pound, okay, one of the majors usually. And my long-term trades, my long-term setups, I look for every chart. I don't care. I just go for whatever it's moving and it's approaching a key area. Okay, let's see. Finding some movement in our favor. Okay, we handle that one. We need to break that area, and then little more. Okay, this might easily, okay, this break might easily turn into a into a false breakout. Okay, so let's see if I can hold there and then continue higher. Now at this point it makes sense to trail my stop maybe there. Okay, we had this pivot point, I trail my stop, we have a next pivot point. Okay, you see the turning point, so now it makes sense to trail my stop, because now this the breaking area, and you can see the gain, the gain in momentum, this area, around this area might be an area that price might want to test before continuing higher. So if I bring my stop to there, I might get out of this trade just to see the price turn and go in my favor. Okay, so you want to be very, very, very slow trailing your stops. So let's see now if we can gain a little bit of momentum. Okay, I like the fact that we push down, buyers are taking control of the market. And let's get a little greater here. Okay, I close on the 5-minute chart, beautiful. And let's see if we can take profits. Okay, it shouldn't stop there. I don't see anything to stop. Okay, market should continue a bit higher. I don't see anything here. Let me go to the 1-minute chart. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing it. Okay, so there was this tiny supply there, but we should break that without a problem, and we should get to take profit. I don't see anything from keeping the market to get there. Okay, tails forming in the downside, which is good. Come on, market. But of course, this movement on the 1-minute chart, this one right there, it is 10 pips, okay, which is average. So a pullback and a continuation is likely to happen. Okay, that's what I need to be mindful of. Okay, market might decide to move sideways or to pull back before continuing higher. There you go. Come on. Come on. Nice. Okay, now let's see if there's a reaction to that supply area. Okay. Okay, now these guys might gain momentum and, you know, continue higher. Okay, I forbid you to, you know, to regret taking profits. Okay, because that was a great take profit area. Many times we bring our take profits higher just to see how the market goes against us, and of course that time we take profits, the market continues in our favor. Okay, and we tell ourselves, you know, we feed ourselves with negative thoughts that I should leave the trade run for longer or stuff like that. Okay, if this is your plan, which is my plan, okay, taking profits, easy profits to achieve, I have a very high, in that way I keep a very high win rate, rather than trying to take those, you know, swing trades one a month or once every 2 weeks. Okay, and especially coming from the 1-minute chart and 5-minute charts. Okay, so I'm very happy with taking profits all over again. And now if I see we're getting momentum to the upside, okay, the better. Okay, I'll wait for a pullback on the 5-minute charts. Okay, these will become a swap area, so then I'll wait for a pullback. This is overextended. This movement here is overextended, so wait for a pullback. Okay, and I'll buy. I'll start building more buys. Okay, now I'll have another set. There's always another setup around the corner. So I'm happy I took the profits there. Okay. Guys, I think that's it. We'll wrap up here. Camera is off. I think it's, I don't know what happened to the camera. But guys, I think we'll wrap up here. We had a nice trading session. We did some long-term trading, short-term trading. So see you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.